Okay, so type a 1 in the chat if you can see me and you can hear, or not see me, but if you can hear me. One's in the chat. Well, obviously you weren't listening then because I said type a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Now I did said see me, but that was a mistake. But if everything seems to be working all right, let's go ahead and get this started. Nice little jazz music, don't you think? How dare you?
Okay, now let's try to get an answer from someone who's not a complete retard. Anyone? Come on, don't be shy.
COVID is critical because this is what convinces people to accept, to legitimize total biometric surveillance. If we want to stop this epidemic, we need not just to monitor people, we need to monitor what's happening under their skin, their body temperature. Like we walked in here, we had to go through a body temperature test. Now they're using it to see whether you have the coronavirus. But exactly the same technology can determine what you think about the government. You know, anger is a biological phenomena just like disease. It's not some spiritual thing out there. It's a biological pattern in your body. With this kind of surveillance, I mean, you watch the big president, the big leader, gives a speech on television. The television could be monitoring you and knowing whether you're angry or not. Just
let's just say I'm super gay.
Ooh, wow, gay.
That is pretty gay.
What the hell is wrong with you?
I'm retarded. What's wrong with you?
All right, how is everybody doing? Is everything working all right? You guys hearing everything? Was the intro too loud? See, this is the one thing that I hate about streaming is waiting for people to be able to type. But yeah, that was my favorite sociopath or World Economic Forum guy, Yuval Noah Harari. You know, wants to know what's going on inside our minds and stuff like that, and thinks that it would just be a great thing. I don't know. I don't like it. But yeah, I'm hoping that this is all working out all right. Not really sure. Just wanted to check it out. See if I'm able to do this whole streaming thing. If not, no big deal. No big deal. But if you guys are seeing this and hearing this in the chat, let me know. No? No what?
Gosh, my brain just literally pooped.
How about a little bit more specifics there, Rick? With the no. What is the no for? Cool. Cool. That's what I like to hear, that everything is working out all right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What?
You guys hearing all the sound effects and all that stuff all right? I love that.
I would say our country should be more fearful of white men across our country, because they are actually causing most of the deaths within this country.
All right.
Again! You fucking idiots!
Agreed. Check to see if that is working. Just in case I ever need to step away from the mic, I want to check and make sure the stuff is working all right. Nice little smooth jazz for you guys, you know. That way you're not just listening to nothing if I gotta step away. Yeah, it is pretty dark. I don't have a lot of light in here. Check out this. Oh, that's even more dark. I kind of look mysterious, and I can just go slip back into darkness, and nobody can see me. But yeah, it's a little dark, but you know, I don't mind it too bad. I mean, as long as this is working, I'm happy with that. See how the second screen is looking. Love the sound bites. Cool. So yeah, that's working. So yeah, I guess I'll what I have planned for this podcast, Strange Days podcast, strange with a 3 instead of an E. Pretty much what I want to do with this podcast is pretty much just talk about all the ideologies and worldviews that are being tossed around in society these days, because they kind of seem to like shape what's going on, and everybody has all these weird ideas, and I just want to go through them and analyze them and give you guys my thoughts. I want to let everybody know, you know, I'm not like an educated scholarly man or anything like that. I think I have just like the basic understanding of logic and a little bit of philosophy, and I will not wear a neon halo. But so that's kind of what I want to do with this. I kind of want to open the floor for conversation and stuff like that, you know, just give you guys my opinions on certain topics like evolution, feminism, liberalism, democracy, all that stuff. I just want to go through it and analyze it and just talk about it. I mean, I don't expect this to be anything big, or, you know. And if anybody thinks that I'm wrong, tell me. I'm okay with that. I'm open to the criticism. I think criticism is good for people. It can only help us if we're willing to learn, which I am definitely willing to learn. If somebody knows more than me, say something and maybe we can have a chat about it. I'd kind of like to eventually try out having people jump on during the live streams if they're disagreeing with me or stuff like that, and you know, we could talk about it and have a little debate and all that stuff, because that's fun. This is but this podcast, I'm not putting it out here trying to educate people on any sort of topic or anything like that. That's not my goal. I pretty much just want an outlet where I can talk about certain things and, you know, with the internet the way that it is, and it's so easy to get our opinions out there. I figure, why not give it a shot, you know? I mean, what's the worst that can happen? But yeah, that's kind of just what I wanted to do with this episode. Probably the first thing that I'm going to talk about, the first main episode that I'll do. I don't know when I'm going to do it. I am a truck driver, so I travel all across the country, and my hours are kind of chaotic. So don't expect, if you like what you see and hear on this, don't expect to get any sort of regularity out of the podcast, because I'll probably just stream when I'm able to. And surprisingly, after driving all day and dealing with idiots on the road, it takes a lot out on you. I want to give this award to a lot of people that I see on the road. And you guys would probably agree with me, since, you know, everybody drives around. But they definitely need this. Definitely. I might need to make that trumpet a little shorter. That's kind of long. But pretty much what I'll do in this, like I said, I'm just testing it, seeing if I'm able to do it. Talk about a few things, some things that I want to mention, and all that. So let's talk about some stuff. Here, let's talk about this first. Oh, let me do this. Since we're here, you know, if you guys want to follow me and all that stuff, you can go to cohpodcast.substack.com. I write articles about a bunch of stuff. You can go check it out. You can also follow me on Twitter or X, however you want to call it, and follow me at r_winghoosier. I'm not on there doing a lot of stuff all the time, but, you know, every once in a while I get on there and I say some funny stuff. So, you know, it's a fun thing. But yeah, I used to do a other podcast called Couple of Hoosiers Podcast, which is still up on YouTube and Rumble. You can go check it out if you'd like. We did about 80 or so episodes. So it's all either up on YouTube or Rumble, so you can go check that out. I'm pretty much going to do the same format that I was doing, and that I want to bring up articles and talk about it. I don't have any articles or anything for this. I just have a few videos that I'd like to go through and kind of give my critiques on them. Should be funny, but yeah, I want to try to create an entertaining show where, you know, we can think about these broad concepts and all that stuff, you know. Yeah, should be good.
What the hell is wrong with you?
I'm retarded. What's wrong with you?
But yeah, let's jump over here. I wanted to talk about this guy, Mr. Jesse. I had a little bit of a back and forth with him a while ago. I can't remember when this was. Oh, this was back in February. He had put something out here, and it was about the whole thing going on in you know, those Middle Eastern countries that we're not really allowed to talk about on YouTube. So I'm going to stay away from that. But he had said something on here. In order for our constituents to see that we have souls and morality. So I was like, what is the basis of your moral foundation? And he said, I tend to look at the Gospels for my personal morality, but most people I know define killing 10,000 kids as wrong. And I pretty much went in telling him, you know, just appealing to the masses is a bit of a fallacy. You can't base or justify, you know, something being bad by just everybody, you know, saying it's bad, because what if everybody starts saying that it's good? Are you going to turn around and say that it's good? Obviously not. But he was kind of a little evasive when I was talking to him. But finally, I got him to say where everything was coming from in his mind, and he was like, "I'm a Christian, a humanist, a Marxist, a pacifist, and a relentless believer in democracy and peace."
Let's just say I'm super gay.
Ooh, wow. Gay.
That is pretty gay.
Oh, well, I mean, you don't really need to see the text if you're just watching it from your phone. I'm just explaining. Yeah, we got into this back and forth, and he was committing a logical fallacy by saying that, you know, most people agree with X, so therefore X must be true. It's appealing to the masses, which is a logical fallacy, because like I said, if everybody says the other thing with X, would that be true? Like if he said that, like, because he's trying to say that, you know, murder is wrong, and everybody agrees that murder is wrong. I was like, okay, well, if everybody were to turn around tomorrow and say murder is good, would murder be good? Most people aren't going to say that. And this gets into like the whole thing about like relativism, which is just a horrible philosophy that I hate. But yeah, he goes in to say that like he's a Christian, a humanist. Like, one, Christian and humanist can't go together. They're contradicting worldviews. The humanist movement was pretty much started in response to Christianity, and it's all about elevating the human above all else for their own needs and desires, and it's just dumb. And he just kept on going into it, like arming a country, killing 10,000 children is wrong. And he was like, yeah, I met Jews, Muslim, Buddhists, atheists, Satanists, conservatives, libertarians, and more who agree with me, though it's like irrelevant. Yeah. He's a county councilor here in Indiana, District 13. I think that's Indianapolis. Yep, Indianapolis, District 13. Proud member of Democratic Socialist of America. But yeah, I thought that was a little amusing that he kept on bringing up fallacious. Like he just kept on going back to it, and I mean, I think a lot of people think that way. They not too many people these days actually think out their ideas in a logical sense. But let's watch some videos. Let's head over here. This one right here, I thought was pretty funny. My favorite type of people to talk about is atheist, because I am fairly confident that atheism is a form of mental retardation. But let's talk about it.
So I've got 3 questions that I want to ask atheists. Do you believe that God does not exist? You kind of either have that belief or you don't. You either believe that God does not exist or you don't.
Oh, no, sir. Let's make this very clear. Atheism is not a belief system. It is the lack of a belief system. So
What? It is the lack of a belief system. This is a thing that I hear often that really drives me crazy, is like people who are like they don't like talking about philosophy or stuff like that, or worldviews, and like atheists, like they think that what they're doing is we have a lack of a belief system. No, you still have a belief system. You're just too stupid to explain what it is. Everybody has a worldview and a belief system. It's not that hard. Ugh. Let's keep watching.
Let's say you don't have symptoms of something. You are asymptomatic. Atheist is just...
No. That's dumb. Doesn't mean that you don't have a belief system. It just means that you don't believe in theism. Now, there could be people like, because most atheists are going to be strictly naturalist, materialist. I know there are some who would claim to be atheists, but it's more like they're anti-theist. They're just anti any form of religion, and it just, I don't know. This woman bugged me though.
The lack of theism. It's the lack of a belief in God. It is not the belief that there is no God.
Do you believe in evidentialism, that your beliefs ought to be proportioned to the evidence?
Yes, I am an evidence-based person.
If you have the belief that God does not exist, and you also believe in evidentialism, what is your evidence that justifies your belief that God does not exist?
Okay, so the burden of proof is on the person making a claim. Atheists are not making a claim. We are not
Yes, you are.
stating that for a fact God does not exist. We just don't
Yes, you are.
believe the religious people when they do state for a fact that God does exist. We just reject that because we don't see evidence for it. See where I'm going with this?
Okay, now let's try to get an answer from someone who's not a complete retard. Anyone? Come on, don't be shy.
Okay,
So I've got...
let me bring that back.
We are not stating that for a fact God does not exist. We just don't believe the religious people when they do state for a fact that God does exist. We just reject that.
Okay, so when she's saying, now this is just my understanding, my uneducated understanding of what she is saying, and my understanding of atheism is that she's trying to say that they don't believe the evidence that is put forth for there to be a God. And she's saying that it is on the Christian to adopt her worldview of evidentialism and saying that there has to be evidence for me to believe. And that is just absurd. The Christian does not have to adopt the worldview of the atheist. If anything, if we're going to adopt their worldview and go into evidence-based belief systems, remember how she said, I don't have a belief system? Yeah, she does have a belief system. Everybody has, you can't escape a belief system. It's retarded. But I see this with a lot of atheists. They think that we have to adopt their worldview to justify why they should believe. And it's pretty silly because our worldviews are contradictory. The Christian does not believe in a strict materialist world where everything can be found in nature. We can, however, adopt their worldview, grant them that everything is material for the sake of argument, and go, okay, if everything is material, everything can be found in nature, let's take a look at it. See if we can't find anything that does not exist in nature. I don't know. How about math? Numbers. Do you find that in nature? Can you show me where in nature you find the number 1? Is it physical? Is it material? Sounds like you got some problems. Sounds like you got some problems. But yeah. That's all I wanted to state on that. Now, what is going on with these people? This is just... I really am at a loss of words for what's going to happen in this video.
I see you, bro, because your fit is fire tonight, bro. Ice cream so good. Ice cream so good.
Lads, what the fuck? What the fuck are them lads at?
It's gotta be hugging us. That's an absolutely gorgeous looking rose, but you got the biggest heart, bro. You got the biggest heart, spicy. Homie. Spicy.
Roses smell so good.
Gosh, my brain just literally pooped.
Okay, so apparently what is going on in that video is that these grown men are sitting with a camera in front of them, and they're acting like literal NPCs. Like, you can pay money to get these people to do stuff. I don't understand the whole inner workings of whatever this thing is, but it blows my mind and it's absolutely stupid. I don't like it. Don't like it at all. And apparently these people make like $5,000. I don't know if it was a day. I can't remember. I was reading about it somewhere, but apparently they make like $5,000 a day or a week. Like, people are literally sending that much money into people like this to do stupid shit like that.
Again! You fucking idiots! What the fuck?
My thoughts exactly. Let me check something real quick. Let me check something real quick. Okay. It is really warm right now. Where I'm at, it's like 80 some degrees. It's killing me. Let's take a look at some New Agers, because these people crack me up. They're literally some of my favorite people, because the ideas and concepts that they come up with just cracks me up. This guy is trying to state that life is just an illusion. Let's give it a listen.
This is why understanding you don't exist and nothing is real makes you God. Time is not real. Let's break.
Wait, if you don't exist and nothing is real, you are God? But you don't exist, so how can you be God if you don't exist? I don't get it.
Down the mental
Maybe
and
he'll
physical
explain.
aspects of it. Time, past, present, and future, they are all properties of consciousness. With the past being recollection, the future being anticipation, and now being the present moment. Time is the movement of your thoughts. There's no such thing as a universal clock. This scene in the movie Interstellar shows us how time dilation works. They landed on a planet where the gravitational pull was...
Hey, let me prove this concept by showing you this fictitious movie. Time isn't real. Absurd.
so strong.
Now, granted, it's one of those things, you know, kind of like what I was saying, jumping into the worldview of the atheist who is a complete naturalist. That's another thing. Time. It's not physical. It's not a part of the material world. But it doesn't exist. I would disagree. Time definitely passes by.
That every hour they spent there was equivalent to 7 years on Earth.
Whoa.
These are photons. This is light. The holographic matrix is inside a light. Eyes absorb it, and the mind projects the world. If light could be a person, any clock you looked at would never move. Light does not experience.
He's got a poster of some Hindu thing with the chakras. That's what I love about these New Agers, is like they think like all these ideas are new and stuff like that. No, they're basically just following all the tenets of Hinduism. Pretty funny.
Time. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm trying to wake you up. Reality is
Wake
an
you
illusion.
up,
This shit is all
bro.
a dreams. These atoms are made of 99.99999% empty space. So with that being a fact, you have to question why reality feels so solid. This is because of the basic law of electrostatics. It's this repulsive magnetic
Well, if we don't exist, does that law exist?
force that makes reality feel real and stops your body from collapsing in on itself. And the atoms are made of energy that behave as particles and waves, meaning that particle me is here now, but the wave version of me doesn't exist as a localized point in space and time. The part that make up my body exists everywhere in a state of infinite potential. The dust I was before humans and Earth existed, me right now and every other stage of my life, and the pure energy I'm going to turn back into. It exists across the universe as possibility until I open my eyes and turn it into this observable situation, this moment. Let's get on some Matrix shit. This is video game coding. This is information. This is a bunch of shit you don't understand. That's reality, a bunch of energy, information, and potential. Shit we can't understand. We can still play the game because even though this is the game, this is what we see, understand, and operate in. You are the entire universe, but at the same time, the entire universe creates your mind. And it's your mind that you view the universe through.
Creates your
and
mind.
because you're viewing it through your mind and not as it actually is, you're dreaming. This is an illusion, right? This is the true reality. Emptiness. Your mind creates space and time. Reality is energy, information, possibility, potential. It's not a solid physical thing. Everything, all of us are connected. Everything is one big giant consciousness, an infinite mind.
But you have yet to prove that. You're just putting in a bunch of assertions with zero justification.
No offense, but it sounds like some fucking commie gobbledygook.
It's weird. I'm not understanding what you're trying to say here, Rick. So is having the right to believe anything someone wants to, is that right or freedom good? Depends on what you mean by good, as Jordan Peterson would say, which I do a horrible impression of him, but it's funny. So is having the right to believe anything someone wants to, is that right or freedom? Oh, okay, I get what you're saying now. I get what you're saying. I would say not necessarily. I mean, you could argue that somebody has the right to believe whatever they want, but is it good? If you take the meaning of what good is from the Christian perspective, good is God. So if that belief that they are believing in is drawing them away from God, then we would have to say, no, it's not good. And if you're asking the atheist has no way of justifying what good or bad even is. They have zero system to measure that. So, I mean, it's all up to their subjective opinion. So, and I wouldn't really say that somebody has the right to believe what they want. I mean, they just kind of do it. It's not, I don't know. I can't really formulate the argument, but I've been hearing this argument about how rights don't exist. I find it a little compelling. Because if you, I'll try to put it out there. Rights, if we define them as, the word just. It just escaped my mind what word I was about to say. I hate when that happens. Let me come back to it. I'm sure it'll pop back into my head. Okay. Yep, it just did. So if we define rights as entitlements absent duty, we're entitled. A right is something that we're entitled to, but it doesn't give us a duty that we have to do this. Like, we either can act upon that right or we don't have to. I'm leaning more towards we don't have that from the Christian perspective. I don't think like the phrase God-given rights doesn't really line up with me. I don't really buy it. I don't think God really gives us rights. I don't think he really gives us entitlements. I think he gives us duties. So if rights are entitlements absent duty, I think God gives us duties that we should live by. So, but that's just like I said, I don't really have the argument fully formed in my mind and how to argue it, but I'm working on it. But yeah, I don't necessarily think that people believing whatever they want is good. But that's just me. Let's hear some more of this gibberish.
I'm this eyeball, you're that eyeball. We're all just little pieces of it.
Wait, we're all eyeballs? But you said we don't exist. Are we something or are we nothing? Make up your mind.
Okay, now let's try to get an answer from someone who's not a complete retard. Anyone? Come on, don't be shy.
Seriously. But enough with that. I really like this clip. It kind of reminds me when I'm listening to these New Agers. This is pretty much what I hear when I'm listening to these guys.
Right now, we're proving we don't need corporations. We don't need money. This can become a commune where everyone just helps each other.
Now, it says up there, they put in this tag, average conversations with the far left. But, I mean, as we're seeing the political landscape, it's getting confusing because, you know, there's people, like, they've said that whole thing about, you know, people that were on the left went so far that people were more towards the center, went over to the right. So now we got, like, these people that are saying that they're right wing now, but they're just silly fence-sitting centrists who I can't really stand. It's like just make up your mind on like what opinions you want to have. It's not difficult. It's really not difficult. But so this for me hearing this is more like listening to these hippie New Agers, and there's a lot of people on the right that sound exactly like this.
Yeah, we'll have one guy who makes bread, and one guy who he looks out for other people's safety.
You mean like a baker and a cop?
No, can't you imagine a place where people live together and provide services for each other in exchange for their services?
Yeah, it's called a town.
You kids just haven't been to college yet.
I do rely on my mom for a lot of things.
Beta! I just thought that was funny. Oh, let's look at this one. Veganism cracks me up. The moral claims that they throw on everybody else. Now, I have no problem with people who want to be vegan. I don't think there's anything immoral with being vegan. I don't think it's healthy to be a vegan 100% of the time like them, but these vegans, they try to make these moral claims about how eating meat because we're killing animals is immoral. And I think it's absurd. Like, look at this.
Vain things.
So, if you're just listening to it and you can't see what's on the screen, he's got this sandwich with a cow, a couple pigs. It looks like 3 pigs and a chicken, and they're all crying, you know, as if, you know, we can actually tell what emotions animals are feeling, or if they're just response mechanisms and they're just going off of basic instincts, you know. Like these people try to attribute like these motives that animals have, and I just think it's crazy because we have no way of knowing what animals think. You know, they can't tell us. Last I checked, animals aren't speaking to us. And you have no way of determining what's just some sort of reflex mechanism with them. But it says meat eaters should be in jail. Why? Why? Because, they try to make this argument that, now that we have this technology that can produce all these vegan meals and stuff like that, we have no need to raise these animals for slaughter, to feed everybody, So they try to say that since we have this technology and we can do this, that we don't need to do that anymore. That is completely immoral. Even though most of them, again, are atheist. And morality means absolutely nothing to them because they all believe that morality is subjective, which means that it's not real. But yet they throw around these moral claims and say that meat eaters should. They give an ought claim. Meat eaters should be in jail. But you can't tell me why. What about animals who eat other animals? Should they be in jail? There's a fantastic guy on the internet. His name is Jim Bob. His YouTube channel is made by Jim Bob, and he was arguing with a vegan, and he posed this question to him, and he was like, do you have a duty to prevent a bear from killing other animals? And the guy said yes. So he has this saying, bear jail. We gotta put the bears in jail. Prevent them from harming other animals because they go off of this harm principle, which harm means different things to different people, and it's just stupid. But let's hear what he has to say.
The most trivial gestures ever that you could ever do, because the animal didn't have to die. Now, if you had to kill them, that's a different thing. Okay?
Well, who determines that? Are you the arbiter of this choice? Are you going to be the one that determines who had to kill and who didn't have to kill? Nonsense. Just nonsense. Oh. But yeah, I didn't plan on this being a long episode or anything, so this is probably going to be it. I'm happy that it's actually working out and that I'll be able to do it. Is anybody that is in the chat available to try to come on the show? I did want to try to test that out. If I provide a link, is anybody able to try and jump on and see if that works? Because I have no way of testing that on my own. If not, it's cool. I get it. People are doing stuff. They were unprepared for this question. Figured I'd throw it out there. Because eventually, my goal for this show is that if anybody wants to come on, then we can try that. But I got to check and make sure that everything works. Oh, you want to? All right. Let me grab this link real quick. Like I said, I don't plan on this going on for too long, so invite people, copy link, boom. Well, I was just gonna put the link in the chat, and anybody that's watching can click it. What delay? Oh, I see somebody. Okay, let me turn this off. And I will turn this on. So we should be able to see. Hello, hello, hello. Let me see. Okay, I can hear you. Now you don't need to see the comments. I don't know. Yeah, I'm trying to watch the YouTube feed and seeing if this is working, but I don't know. Oh, it's because I have it on the second screen and it's showing the screen and it just keeps on going back and forth. So I would just have to. Okay, so I'm seeing that. How about now? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened to him. I don't know if yeah, that's what it looks like. The only thing is I don't know if sound is coming through for you. Okay. Well, see, because I'm looking at my I'm hearing me. That's weird. No, I'm just standing still. Yeah, see, that's what I was wondering. I was looking at I'm looking at my audio mixer and it doesn't appear that sound from you is coming through. So I might have to figure that out. I can hear you, yeah. But it's just not. Yeah, so. Well, he probably heard you when he was inside. But all right. Yeah, I'll just have to figure it out. Boom. Okay, so that is not working. Go ahead and close that. Put that. So I'll have to work on that and figure it out. But I mean, at least everything else is working. That can be another work in progress. other than that, yeah, I didn't really plan on talking about too much, and that's why I just kind of had these random videos queued up to play and talk about a little bit. But yeah, my first episode that I wanted to do, I feel like it's kind of like the foundation of most worldviews in secular society right now, and that is evolution. So I kind of want to talk about it, kind of talk about how the idea got spread through the world, through all the various means, because when you get into like the belief system of evolution, there's a lot of contradictions within it. The main thing that I think I can't stand about evolutionists, it's like, fine, you want to believe that, whatever, but when they're strict evidentialist, and then they try to say that they need evidence to justify everything, but yet they have yet to see, anything evolve. Oh, that delay, yeah, it's pretty annoying. I wish I could figure that delay thing out. I don't like it, but it is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, I'll have I got stuff that I've got actually prepared for that, so it should be a better episode, since I actually have stuff to talk about instead of just trying to go off the cuff about some random topics. Yeah, I pretty much just wanted to see if this would even work, which is cool. It does work. So now the internet can hear me complain about all these silly ideas that I don't like. But yeah, I guess that'll wrap it up. Like I said, check out cohpodcast.substack.com. I have a bunch of articles for free that you can go and read through about various topics. I'm also writing one for the next topic that I'm going to talk about, which is evolution. That's going to be another thing. I'm probably going to have to do these streams on days where I haven't been driving all day, because, like I said, it takes a lot out of you. I'm tired, but we'll see how it goes. Here, let me go ahead and throw this up on. Yeah, so like I said, I have a Substack with a bunch of different articles that you can go through and read. It's all free. Got a lot of stuff. I even have a few recommend articles that I read from. I think Substack is a really cool website for people to write about things, And who knows? If you read it, you might think that I'm a better writer than I am a public speaker. But like I said, I was driving all day today, and I'm down south right now, and I don't know what it is. If anybody is listening to this or listens to this and you're from the south, I really want somebody to explain why you people drive so slow. Like, just go. Just drive. It's not hard. That's what I really need to do. I would love to eventually get a dash cam and record videos of me driving, because I get frustrated, and I think it'd be funny to throw that on the internet. I've seen a few videos of people that do that, and I think they're pretty funny, because you see a lot when you're on the road, as much as truck drivers are. You see a lot of crazy shit, and it's funny. It's hilarious. But yeah, I don't really have anything else to talk about. But yeah, make sure you do all the YouTube stuff, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. So if I ever just randomly decide to go live, start talking about stuff, you guys will get a notification. Make sure you hit the bell icon and change it to always notified, stuff like that, you know. But who knows? I mean, I don't have like huge expectations for this podcast. I just, you know, want a place to talk about various topics. You know, driving all day, I'm listening to all these other opinions, and I'm just sitting there like, I got this opinion about that. And I want to talk about it, and hopefully people will want to talk about it with me as well, and we can kind of have conversations about it, because I think it's important in society. I think a lot of people have this idea that, you know, we don't have to discuss our worldviews, stuff like that, but we really do. And if we find worldviews that are illogical, they should be abandoned, and those people should not be able to have any sort of power in this country at all. I don't want them I had something funny that I was going to say right out the... It was like right at the tip of my tongue. I was going to say something about like being the person who passes out like pencils to people. Like I don't even want them to have that sort of power. Like they shouldn't be able to determine who gets a pencil. Something like that, you know. But yeah, like I said, I'll probably do these, you know, when I've had some time to rest, because this is a little sloppy. I'll even admit that. See, I can admit when I'm not doing the greatest. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Like I said, like, share, subscribe, do all that good YouTube stuff, and yeah, that'll be it. So I will see you guys next time. Take it easy.